All right, up next is Morte's Planar Parade. So this, in a sense, as I'm stumbling over my words, this pretty much adds on to the previous book that I just went over last time, and this gives you like even more information on the pretty much the multiverse. So as I kind of like I try and flip through, and just like the other one, I got all the original covers. So and with being at box set, you can get the original covers or the alternate covers. So like I'm sure like if people like are collectionists, they won't mind spending extra money to get both and everything. But me, I'm fine with doing one or the other. So same kind of concept with the previous one. It gives you contents of being able to get into this, and so gives you the multiverse menagerie. So this pretty much introduces this part of it, of the in a sense the trilogy, and it gives you all the monsters that you're going to come across while traversing the multiverse, or like in the town, like the city of Sigil and the outer planes. And the outer planes, outlands. So you can see here in this table the outer plane alignments, and so like the each one that you can visit through like the town of Sigil and the outlands, and get into the portals and stuff. So it quickly goes through like the different planers that you can planes that you can get into, and it explains them real quick. So this is like kind of like a shortened short version of short chapter, and so like you can see like a good dragon here that like, and of course it does get into in a sense like how uh, each plane would affect different types of creatures, and so it gives pictures and so visuals, and so and how each one affects each creature, and of course then we actually get into like the actual monsters and everything that you're going to come across. So one of the great cool things that I came across with this was like that I found real cool was the actual like a time dragon. So you can see the dark weaver here. We'll get into the dragons pretty soon. So yeah, let's see if I can actually find the yeah. I know like the time dragon is a big thing in this, so found it kind of cool. So I'll have to kind of go back to like the table of contents real quick, and since I can't necessarily find it off the top real quick, so you can see like the different monsters that you can going to come across, and so like the this is kind of like what's called as a mimir, like a floating skeleton that kind of acts as a guide. So actually, this is the time dragon that I was talking about. And so which is kind of cool. So in a sense, I kind of think this is like a dragon that controls other dragons, and so like you can pause to kind of read this, and so like different dragons, it gives like the stats and stuff for each kind of like a different dragons, from like the basically like the youngest to like the most ancient of dragons and everything. So think of the time dragons as like a step above your typical chromatic and metallic dragons that you find in the Monsters Manual. Sort of like the red dragons, blue dragons, gold and silver, stuff like that. And so as you can see now, we can also get into like the faction agents, and so like different types of NPCs or creatures and stuff that you can use per faction and everything. So that's what this book is like this the second of the three. It gives you in a sense as a DM a good menagerie of of monsters, NPCs, and creatures and stuff that you can use. So this one is kind of like a shorter book for it, and so this one's ultimately going to be like a shorter video, since it's going to a smaller book, and this is the second part of the trilogy. So this is a real quick one to kind of act as like I said, the monster manual for the Planescape, and so this one is more geared towards like the DM. So now you can get all three like I did in the box set, or you could quite possibly get the. I'm pretty sure you could probably get them individually, but I was able to get them in the box set and everything. So, and like I said, it does come with the DM screen that I showed in like the last one. So I would say as like a player, or a PC, you might benefit from probably like, passing up on this and going through like a campaign first. But if you're a DM, this is definitely like a good pickup if you're looking for something other than like your typical like Forgotten Realms or Greyhawk or like a Dragonlance campaign set. If you want to like kind of like do something kind of like different, this is definitely a good one to pick up and everything. Because like in the first book, as in the last video, could see that it gives you the whole background information that you need, and this one gives you the information that you need to create monsters and or use monsters and NPCs in here for this one that are geared towards this type of campaign set. And so then the next video, what I'll be doing is like I'll not actually showcase it, but like I will be talking about it because it's actually an adventure that adventure book that you can use to get to kind of like use as like a springboard or like introduction into the actual like Planescape campaign setting. So that's going to be the next video.